everyone out there listening, and welcome back to yet another episode of your Slightly Mighty podcast, the local podcast dedicated to the many musicians, venue owners, and concert promoters who call Charleston, South Carolina their home. My name is Hop, your host and humble facilitator, and today will be our 18th episode together. All previous conversations are available for free on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube. You can also find short video clips on the SMP YouTube channel if you want to see characters and settings. If you would like to help grow the show, please take a moment to share the show on whatever social media platforms you inhabit, as it really does help. Special thanks, as always, to the one and only Drew Madden of Maybank Public House for allowing SMP to even exist here. Show them some love by stopping by and reserving the big table for yourselves. Cold beer and warm faces await you. Joining us today are two of the hardest working and best known musicians in town, Dan Patrick and Whitt Algar. They are multi-instrumentalists, singers, songwriters, and just all-around fascinating people. Dan Patrick hosts the very popular and long-running interview podcast Mandolins and Beer, which consistently ranks among some of the most popular in its genre, and which also features some of the world's most famous mandolinists. It was Dan's sage advice that I followed basically to the letter as I put this podcast together, so big thanks goes out to Dan. Dan's last album, Around the Clock, rose to number 6 on billboards for bluegrass, with plenty of big names attached, as you will hear during our conversation. Whitt Algar, who needs very little introduction to most of you listening, is one of the area's most consistently sought-after sidemen, band leaders, and songwriters, and one of the very first working musicians I met when I moved to Charleston years ago. Whitt and Dan have been performing together in a project they co-founded called New Ghost Town for several years now, and produce a popular Tom Petty tribute show. But above all, they are just both great guys that I've always found inspiring, and I know that you will too. So give us a share if you like what we've done here. Only 2 more shows left this season.
All right. Welcome to the show, guys. We have Dan Patrick sitting here. We've got Whitt Algar sitting here. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, man, great. Thank you for having us. I really appreciate it.
Did you just say stank you for having me?
Stank you. Yeah.
It's a new thing he's working on.
I'm working on. I didn't do my vocal stretches on the way here yet.
Yeah, nice. Well, anyway, let's start from the beginning here. How did you guys get into music? First experiences? What's that precipitating event that kind of like triggered you in this way?
I mean, for me, my dad was a DJ when I was a kid. He was only a DJ for like a couple years, but for me, it seems like it was like all my early lifetime.
And that was in Detroit?
Bay City, Michigan.
Bay City, Michigan.
Yeah, he was at WHNN, Super Win. That was like the promo. But he had the biggest record collection I'd ever seen. Probably, it was crazy how big it was. And
what was it? I'm sorry. What was his radio name?
Dan Michaels.
Yeah.
I was going to use that for my music name instead of Daniel Patrick, but then I thought people would think I was trying to be like Brett Michaels from.
Do you want to reveal your actual name?
Oh yeah, it's Daniel Patrick Koju.
There you go.
Nobody can say or spell Koju.
Yeah, I haven't been able to say it. I've known you for at least 18 years or something like that.
Yeah. So I don't use it. It was from the advice of a music person too. It was like Koju. What's your middle name?
So you grew up. So you grew up listening to the radio from your father, and his had access to his discography, I guess.
Yeah, and
what was he listening to? What was he?
Everything, like the Beatles, Floyd, Zeppelin. I mean, I can remember him having friends over and playing the solo to Freebird. Like, listen to this solo. I mean, I remember that as like this little kid, but it was Kiss. That was just Ace Frehley, just like that. Everything about it, like the visual of the Les Paul and stuff like that, definitely is what got me into music. And he was a drummer as well. Like not when I played, but like, he was always getting drumsticks and cardboard.
He had the fever.
So you started playing at what age, would you say?
I'd say drums around 8.
Okay.
And then I loved music. It's been like the thread through my whole life of.
Okay, you started off on drums, and then you went to drums and guitar, right?
Went to guitar, but I didn't pick up a guitar really until much later, like in my 20s.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was like, it's so funny because my dream at the time, I grew up Midwest, and like Midwest, there wasn't like a whole lot of like variety of music on the radio at that point. It was like hair metal. It was like, Midwest.
I was there with you.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. So my dream was to move to LA after I graduated high school and play drums.
Cool.
in some band with my buds. It's a good thing I
big
didn't.
hair or regular hair?
I had long hair, but not big hair.
Okay, all right.
And I'm glad it didn't work out because by the time I would have got out there, grunge would have taken over.
Yeah.
And right now we wouldn't be talking. I'd probably be living in an alley somewhere. I would have been like, no, this is my dream.
Okay. What about you, Whit? How did it all get started for you?
My brothers played music. My dad dabbled. He always had we had this Martin classical acoustic in the house, and my brother played, and he was in some bands in college, and I would go visit, and he would bring instruments home from Columbia and leave them at the house so I could play them.
Okay.
I remember going to see him, at least a few times when I was 13 at some crappy bar in the middle of nowhere in Columbia, and I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen with 4 people there.
Well, yeah.
Reeked of cigarettes, and I was like, this is awesome.
This is the best.
Yeah. And that was it.
So you still play with them? I know you played with them in the Bushels, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, well, we're not really doing the bushels anymore, but we still do stuff here and there.
Okay.
And, he's got 3 kids now, and he's busy. But, yeah, we'll always play.
Okay. All right. So training. You guys go to school for music or just kind of learn as you go? How
I
does this work
went
out?
to CFC for 2 years and did music classes. I didn't really excel. I did the ear training stuff. That was awesome. And I took a year of piano lessons, but that's about it. Mostly just couch.
Okay, is your piano your first instrument or guitar?
I guess so. They were both around the same time, 13 or 14. Just started. I was like, okay, cool. Music's cool.
Because I didn't know you played guitar until, it's a few years ago now, but I heard
There's
you.
too many of them.
Well, you're really good, man.
Thanks, Steve.
You're awesome. I always knew you as a singer and a keyboard player back in the day, but yeah, it's cool.
Thank you.
You're from here, or Whit? Are you from here?
I was born in California in Bakersfield, but I've been here since I was 1. So, yeah.
Okay. And we talked, you would come from Michigan, right?
Yeah, Michigan, came down here in 2009.
2009. What brought you here?
My wife now got a job at the College of Charleston.
Okay.
She's a professor there.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
So when do you guys meet up? Let's fast forward then. You guys have been playing together a lot for the last how many years now?
11, 12?
11 years? Yeah.
I remember the day because, when I moved here, the city paper was actually cool then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Still
it was
cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I remember Ballard Leesman used to write for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was incisive.
Yeah. But, so that would be when I would grab the city paper and, I would just see all the bands and people that were playing. And I don't know if you and I had met yet at that point or not. We might have, but we weren't doing bluegrassy stuff. And I just remember the only bluegrass band that I ever really saw playing around here was a band called the Bushels,
Right.
which he just referenced.
Yeah.
And so I was playing Allendale Green with the band Satellite Radio that I would play with every now and again. Becca Bessinger.
Yeah.
Great singer and songwriter, and Pete Ballou. And I remember sitting out there and I see Whit loading in. I'm like, oh, that's that Whitt Algar guy. And I said, I wanted to meet him.
Be careful around him.
Yeah, I gotta be careful.
He can end my career.
Hold my wallet, Amy.
Hold my wallet.
So I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna go back there and just warm up and just see if on the mandolin and just while he's walking by loading in. And it worked like a charm. I was just
Nice.
every hot lick I had, every time he walked by, I'd be like,
I remember vividly. And I was like, dude, tasty licks. You play? We need subs all the time, dude. What's your number?
Yeah.
There we go. It still says Dan Patrick Mandolin in my phone.
That's awesome.
yeah. 2 weeks later, I'm playing the Poorhouse with him on the deck.
Oh, great.
It was crazy.
Cool. What are you guys doing now? What's your current schedule looking like? Y'all have any regulars or you?
Yeah, we play Blind Tiger every Thursday with
Right.
Danny May.
Okay.
And then every Sunday for, I guess it's 7 or 8 years now, we're at Prohibition on King Street.
Okay.
Been super lucky to be able to cut it. I mean, we were doing 300 gigs a year at one point together. And then post-COVID, we just decided to charge more.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of
Yeah,
did.
play less a little bit.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
Everybody just kind of was like, that you had a chance to kind of reformat your life around what meant more.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it was I like to also do other things.
I think also everybody realized after COVID how much how awesome music was.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Maybe so.
This
yeah.
is worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they started paying more too.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not significantly more, but enough to be
Yeah. It was a raise.
This is awesome.
And then the other thing too is we've been doing really a lot more private events than we've ever done. And those, I mean,
What is the band name that you're under for that?
New Ghost Town.
New Ghost Town, right?
Yeah. And I mean, and I have you to really thank for that. I mean, because you were one of the first people I really went full-time mandolin in a band with when we did the Blues Green.
Yeah. That was actually interesting. That was like the first band that I ever really played upright bass.
Really?
As well, yeah.
No
first one.
kidding.
Yeah, I think I just got it like a couple weeks before, and I was acting real badass about it. Like,
Yeah, I'm glad you reached out,
this
though.
is totally my bag.
This is my thing now.
I go home and my fingers were mashed.
Oh, yeah. You know, but I got to play with you and then the Masker Band, some corporate gigs, and I was like, wow, man, this is a whole new world. I wasn't really, that was not a thing in Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, or really playing 300 gigs a year was not a thing in Michigan either.
You know, at some point it really took off here. I don't know anything about this town really, but at the end of the day, I don't remember it being this easy to work this much, making this kind of money.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, even when I tell like famous musicians that I interview for my podcast, and we'll talk, you know, we'll talk touring a bit. Because, you know, I have to definitely do some shows on the road. And I'm like, how do I pay these guys that I play with? We're so used to when we travel, it's for corporate gig money, you know? And they're like, well, you know, they're like, well, like, how much do you mean? And then you tell them, they're like, well, there's nobody paying side guys that much money, and, you know? And so it really is.
Well, let me ask you this. You don't have to say anything if you don't know, but what is a side guy getting paid these days?
Oh, I don't want to say, but it's not as much as you think. Well,
I don't mean in town here. I wouldn't ask that, I'm just saying in general.
But you're talking bluegrass though, so it's kind of a little bit different, you know.
Skewed up or skewed down?
It's skewed down, although not if you're in Billy Strings or Molly Tuttle or, you know, that, I mean, it's like all, but at the same time, like a lot of these guys, you know, these bands will come to the Poorhouse and they'll play, you know, they're all on booking agents who they're just booking people for as much as they can. So they might have like one good gig, but then they might have to come to the Poorhouse, which is an awesome venue. But if nobody knows you and you're playing for the door, you know, I mean, I saw a gig with somebody that is a killer musician and there were 6 people there. And he had 3 killer side guys, one that now plays in Billy Strings. And so, you know, and when I've talked with him as well, and, you know, he's at the point where his thing is really just like, he wants to pay his side guys as much as he can to the point where he might not make anything because he's just trying to move his name to a bigger font on a festival list.
Right.
So it's worth it for him to pay his guys, you know, but even then, it's not what we would get for playing Palmetto Bluff.
Right.
But it's probably a lot more rewarding.
Yeah.
$100 and all the beer you can drink.
So
How about double the beer and keep the money?
There you go.
Yeah. So I think it just varies, you know, but, you know, it's also a young guy's game.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Yeah, it is.
You know, like the bands that have established themselves, they got their foot in the door and they can make good money doing it.
You know, I talk to a lot of younger guys these days. It's more of a lifestyle than ever before for them. They don't really see it as like an option. They're on the road.
Well,
that's it. That's where they're going to make their money. Or you can live here in town. You know,
right.
I think a lot of the smarter guys out there right now are kind of playing it both ways, kind of like you guys are doing. Really, you're making money here in town, I'm assuming, and then playing on the road a lot too, right? I mean,
super lucky.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing is like these young guys who are out there doing it, they don't have like. Remember when we were younger, you could sell CDs.
Yeah.
Somebody.
CDs were a great racket. Now that I think about it, right? Because some people will just buy it just to be like, oh, look at this, and then throw it down. But you still got the $10
coaster.
Yeah, coaster time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but there's no like record sales anymore to support you. If you want to go out and make it, you have to tour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why that's the way it is.
Yeah.
If you're young and you want to play and you want to do it that way, I guess you got to be on the road.
Yeah.
So 11 years together playing. Wow, man. I don't think I have been in any projects that long. I played with Andy Masker himself.
I was going to say
a long time.
Well, I was going to say we still also do every now and again like, I mean, other things.
Oh, of course,
you know?
of course.
So it's probably similar to you and Andy. I mean, you and Andy have been playing for how long?
You played in West a fuller head of hair. That's for sure. You did too.
Right about here.
So, what is it about performing together that you guys find?
We just vibe.
Don't give me that V word. I'm too old for that shit.
VIBE.
Vibe, son. What is the secret to being that successful for as long as you have? What are some things you can
I think we're
teach
both
us?
pretty good. We both like each other.
Cool.
We're both like respectful and like I love when he solos and then I try to solo and it's always like yeah. I mean like when you're in a band or play with somebody like you go on breaks a lot. You're in a lot of like road trips together, blah blah, and like that's just as important, I think, to any musical relationship.
Right. Especially if you're spending that much time in a car with somebody, you don't want to kill them.
You really vibe. You vibe.
You gotta vibe, man.
So hard.
Vibe.
Do you agree with all that he said?
I do. I mean, I think the other thing is I think we both have a wide variety of music, and we don't feel like
not snobby about anything.
Yeah, we play bluegrass instruments, but we'll do like we've been doing "Hold Me Now" by the Thompson Twins.
Yeah. Right,
and
right.
It crushes, and like we have just if a song works, that's awesome. But how that worked was just I think we both have a good enough ear. I saw it on a TV show on a Saturday night, listened to it on the way to Prohibition Sunday. Just pulled it up on the old app on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, let's try this. It's
Let's have
slow.
some fun.
Yeah, and we've done that hundreds of times.
Having somebody you can trust and just throw things at. Like, hey, let's try this.
Yeah, so I think that helps too. It's not like, we probably rehearsed together.
Less than 5 times.
Yeah, like if we do a private event where we have to learn songs, we'll rehearse. But like sitting down and just being like, get together, and I don't think we ever even did for the first 2 years we played music together. It was just one of those things where it's just like,
and we played enough.
Yeah.
That like just there was always work to do.
You guys, are you guys still working in original music into your shows? Or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know that both
Not
of
as
you write
much
a
as
lot.
we should, but it's still seeping in.
And that's under the same moniker.
yes.
And just so you know, I'm actually asking dumb questions
No,
that I know the answers to sometimes.
Oh, yeah, no,
Just so you know.
What's with these dumb questions?
What's up with Beckner? I thought he was my friend.
Did you get hit in the head?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Actually.
Me too.
Lots of time.
That's great.
All right, so let's take a break. And we are back. So what are some of the things that you've noticed about the Charleston music scene that make it different from other places? What do you guys, you guys have been around, you've played a lot of shows out of town. When you come back home, what are some like obvious things that you've noticed?
For me, I notice that from coming from a place that doesn't have a vibrant music scene, is live music is baked into every aspect of the vibe down here. The vibe. I'll just use.
I was bullshitting about the vibe.
I know. Yeah.
I was going to say vibe.
Vibe.
My head's thinking vibe.
Yeah. But like restaurants have it, events have it.
Right.
Like it's just you might not be the main event of it, but you can work a lot. You can work almost as much as you want. And I think that's great. And the amount of great musicians.
Yeah.
Compared to other places. It's just like, man. I mean, the first gig I went to when I moved down here, and it was like a Wednesday night, and it was Louis D and Paul Walls and J.R. Getches and Jesse on bass. I'm like,
where was it?
It was Midtown.
Wow.
And I was just like,
Midtown.
this is Wednesday night, and there's nobody there. This is awesome. But I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, there's so many good musicians and everybody's cool and funny, which I think because there's so many good musicians, like if anybody comes in with the rock star attitude, I feel like they get washed out real quick. It's like, I don't need to deal with that kind of whatever. So everybody's cool. Everybody's a great player. And, the rising tide raises all the boats, all that.
Yeah, I agree. In your opinion, how does the low country setting itself influence the kind of music that comes out of here? I mean, like the town, the low country, just the vibe of the low country, if you will.
Vibe.
How does that kind of influence like your original music? I'm kind of veering towards that at this point.
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Is there a sound that
I have a song called Carolina Sun.
Yeah. I guess that's pretty good influence.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the water, there's a weird thing about water. And I say that because and it's in a weird way, and I don't know what it is about it, but water's played like a weird role in my life. Like in Michigan, I lived in the Great Lakes state. My family had a marina and a campground right on Lake Huron, the Saginaw Bay. I lived right off the Saginaw River. Cool. And then I moved and I'm right by the ocean. So something has always been to me, I've just, been drawn to the water and
like freedom.
Yeah.
If you're ever like in a landlocked place, it doesn't feel as, like something about water. I don't know, because I grew up here. So like I have lived in landlocked places and like it doesn't, I don't know, it just feels weird. I'm not even a huge beach guy, but like
I'm kind of with you on that. I like the big space in the sky and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love mountains though too.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I really love it. And I think the other thing too is just you're outdoors a lot. Also is just a positive mindset. The sun's out here. Yeah. Even when it's cold, it looks like it's 80 degrees out. So even on those cold days we have, and it's a good mental space. Again, I come from Michigan where 6 or 7 months out of the year we're pretty dark and depressing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm from West Virginia. I mean, it's not as dark, but it's equally as depressing.
Sure. Yeah. So I think a lot of my depressing tunes, or my darker songs were definitely written in Michigan. Yeah. I was also in a way worse relationship, a great wife, and a much better mindset just in general.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there myself. Actually, I'm trying to brush off that. I have this tendency to go become the Prince of Darkness when I'm trying to write songs. I'm trying to reverse that a little bit.
Yeah.
So anything to add to that?
No, that was a much better answer than I could have come up with.
So here's something that I think both of you guys could talk about. Because honestly, when I think about people who play a lot, like you were saying, 300 fucking gigs in a year.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you got to know? So I just showed up in town today. I'm a good player. What are some things I need to know to get started here?
1-4-5.
Yeah.
It does help.
The standard 10-20 tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Although we don't even play the standard 10-20 tunes.
What?
We don't even really play those tunes.
Right.
We got
let's hear your versions of the standard, the Charleston book. I've heard a lot of people say
Wagon Wheel.
Maybe
like Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah. For sure.
Country Roads.
Right. Which is, as a guy from West Virginia, I find that really hard to believe how many people want to hear that down here.
Yeah. Guy yesterday just called it West Virginia. Didn't even know the name. West Virginia?
It's okay. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
What other songs? What other tunes are we?
Or
your not playlist apparently. So what are y'all doing then? What is your?
We'll do anything that we know that people ask for.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's tough. I don't think we play the same.
Yeah, you've mixed it up on purpose.
I can't think of. Yeah. There's stuff like, there's songs work that are a little bit deeper, like any Tyler Childers.
Right.
Like he's kind of cool. Sturgill Simpson, like you can dump those in there and those seem to work when people. But a lot of times, here's great advice for somebody first moving to Charleston. And I think this really helps us maintain playing as much as we have, is if you come in with any sort of ego thinking people need to listen to everything you say, and if you don't get a response after every song, you are going to be broken. You have to so quickly, because it's
right.
You have to realize here, a restaurant or wherever you're getting hired, 95% of the time you're kind of like wallpaper. People aren't there to hear music; they're there to eat dinner.
Right.
You're there playing
so
music.
It's kind of on the side, music on the side.
Yeah, but you can make a living doing that,
right?
If you have the right mentality.
And I'm sorry.
No, go.
I think that goes back to like who you're playing with. So, if the gig sucks and you're tired, but you're playing with your friend or your friends, like that makes it
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. And you can also play the same song multiple times as it turns over. You're like, hey, we're getting close on this one. Let's try that again.
Keep working it.
Yeah, keep working it. I mean, that's the way.
Paid rehearsal.
Yeah, woodshedding and getting paid. That's probably why. Yeah, so I guess we probably rehearsed a lot. In hindsight,
We get paid for
paid
rehearsal.
for it though, just like boring gigs sometimes.
Well, I'm sure you have a mountain of material that you're sitting on too. I mean,
Oh yeah,
my God.
yeah.
What other music hacks could you share with the crowd, the audience?
Learn the number thing,
Okay,
kind of.
Get those
1, 4,
Nashville
5 at
numbers
least.
down.
Get those 1, 4, 5s down.
Yeah.
Make sure your stuff works. Show up on time. The simple
Oh,
stuff.
my God.
Sure.
Just really basic human decency.
Yeah,
The
which
time.
is odd how
Yeah.
you know what? People act like musicians. I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
But one thing I've noticed, I hear that a lot, right? And there's also this kind of, at least in my life, there's this idea that like musicians are cranky and cantankerous. I don't think they are not more than any other profession, really.
No, for sure.
You're going to have some guys that just don't know how to work with other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
Timeliness, though, being punctual. Dude, nothing frustrates me more than the disrespect of like, I don't know. I don't want to name any particular examples for having a Charleston musician hear it. But, there's definitely, we've all done that. Like, you get there, you have your stuff set up on time. Maybe you set up all the stuff. Traditionally I bring the PA, but like, we know we both get there right around the same time. We load up together.
Yeah.
But like rolling in late, with fresh coffee and
Wet hair.
wet hair.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Traffic, stuff
sure.
happens, but somebody that does that consistently, it's just disrespectful.
Yeah, it's just like have the courtesy. I would never do that to anyone.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. So when is the right time to show up at a gig? And this is a sliding scale, by the way. I've noticed that like
depends
older
on the
guys,
gig.
Well, yeah, it does depend on the gig, but I mean, it also depends a little bit on the age. I'm thinking maybe I'm wrong, but like the younger guys I know, 30 minutes beforehand. What do you guys think?
30 minutes is if we have to bring PA 30 minutes, we can set up in 15.
If we've done the gig like a million times and we know what we're doing, so there's no weirdness with load in and all that, 30 minutes
30 minutes is fine.
Yeah, I mean, Prohibition, they have a PA there. We get there at 10:02.
Yeah, that's nice.
Plug in
and go.
But
And having the acoustic instruments definitely has got to help.
definitely helps. Yeah, one hand.
That's genius.
So I love it.
So great.
But like private events, or if like we're playing, I mean, we leave very early just to account for traffic because that's like my number one stress.
Yeah, well, you don't get much of an opportunity to fix that when you break those bridges.
No.
That's a lot of money on the line.
A lot of money.
You can't-
Somebody's
You
event.
can't make a mistake on that stuff.
Right.
I'm with you on that. It's a huge source of panic for everybody.
Yeah, you need to be set up and have at least an hour where you're just chilling until the.
And you know what? When you're hiring other people to play, you got to kind of think about that stuff. You know what I mean? Once somebody has a kind of reputation for being late like that, you got to think, maybe that's going to be me. Next time. It was funny and it worked out this time. But I mean, if the planner's standing there looking at you like when you want to start, that's a hard conversation to have.
Yeah, and those planners are intense people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They have a lot going on too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So
let's talk about musicianship some more. Routines. What do you guys do to like keep your skills in check or to get better? What are you practicing?
Well,
Like,
Dan's
what does
way
that look
better
like?
about it than I am.
Okay.
I play. I should be way better for how much I play. I think.
How many hours a day do you play?
Oh, probably 2 to 3.
Wow. Yeah, not me.
Yeah,
When I was younger for sure, but I'm not 2 hours a day. Not 3
Well, I
hours.
also have the instrument is a smaller. It's so I can sit.
They say it's not the size of your.
That's true.
It's the size. Come on, upright man.
I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but I wouldn't have slept.
I was trying. As soon as I started talking about the
size.
size of my instrument, I started getting nervous. But I can play it pretty. I can sit on the couch and play. And again, my wife, God bless her, man, she's like It doesn't.
She's the coolest.
We can watch
cool.
shows, and I can literally just be like, I'm working on this diminished scale, and
She just has that frequency. She can turn you around.
blocks it right out.
Nice.
But at the same time, she'll be like, she'll come to gigs. She'll be like, oh, that was that thing you were working on a couple weeks
Right.
ago. I'm like, oh, good ear.
that's
She's
cool.
like, I heard it 100 times. So
Yeah. So you're kind of like just playing in the background, but I know that you also break stuff down and really drill into it too, right?
yeah, I transcribe probably something at least 5 times a week.
Okay.
Right now, my new thing is like Julian Lage.
Nice.
Transcribing his stuff down. He's like,
Nice.
that guy's blowing my mind. So trying to make that work on a mandolin, it's a cool challenge and stressful, but like,
Did you go see him when he was in Charleston?
yes.
I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
But
I was supposed to go to a master class in Charlotte and I got pneumonia it was in March of last year. So we had tickets to go to that and I had a ticket to go to the master class before the show.
he would be intimidating.
I don't know. He's so silly.
Yeah, but man.
I mean, he would definitely be intimidating, I
He
guess.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He could just sit down and I don't know, man. His improvisations I've heard even are just insane. I mean, it's like he just wrote all that out.
Yeah,
to
next
me.
level.
Yeah, it's next level.
And
for sure.
watching him talk about his process is almost just as frustrating because he's just like, I don't know. I'm just
a genius.
Yeah,
That's the
I
way
don't
it
know.
is.
There's an F here and there's an F here, and I just try to find it.
Pick the fruit from the stars.
Yeah. You should also be a genius. If you should choose that for you.
Just do what I do.
But I know that you spend more time than you're letting on, right? Because you've got multiple
Yeah,
instruments.
I mean,
you're writing a lot
it's
of
always in
songs.
like spurts, this and that. I don't do nearly as much work as I need to. But I mean, for like 20 years, it was 4 or 5 gigs a week, so that kept my dexterity and stuff up. But I mean, I love just listening. I feel like late night walking around with the AirPods, and just like getting inspired, like which is why I started playing music. That's just as important, and just feeling like, oh hell yeah, yeah.
Its shops have gotten really great, though. I mean, we just did a gig with you,
Yeah.
and you were like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah, I'm saying, like I was coming away a Whit believer.
Thanks,
man.
buddy.
I was.
I'm playing with a bluegrass celebrity, so I actually
please.
learned a few licks.
Actually, you guys have a really good band. Is Justin in the band a lot? He was on the show. Actually, him and Sandifer was on the
cool.
show recently.
It depends on the pay. I mean, that's really the scale.
Right.
That
They're
guy's-
scaling up.
He's
with him.
in the Tom Petty tribute band.
Yes, he's in the Tom Petty. We have that Tom Petty tribute band, Broken Skyline, that we do at the Poorhouse like 3 or 4 times a year. July 3rd. I don't know if this will be out by then, but if not, no big deal. You guys
Probably
missed
not.
it. It was crazy. It was sold
It
out.
was awesome.
Should have been there. Everybody got naked.
Yeah, I hope it's July 3rd, Freedom Eve.
That's right.
So another question for you. Because we live in these new times, like when I first started off as a musician, you made a really cool looking flyer that was meant to stop someone in their tracks on the street, like being outrageous as you can be, so they would stop and read what you had to say.
Staple it on a telephone pole.
Right, but you do that in Charleston, you're going to go to jail probably. So how do you guys navigate social media? Are you bothering with it? Do you feel like there's a limit where it stops mattering? Because I know you have your own show, Dan, and for people who don't know, Dan gave me all the information I needed to get this show started. So thank you for that.
Yeah, man, of course.
It's been a great experience for me.
It's awesome. I'm glad.
But so to my point though, how are you making sure that people know about your products? How are you getting it out there?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, local shows, I don't really. Well, I'll do the petty thing and stuff like that. I've honestly just become used to the fact I used to post every show.
Right. See, me too.
Every show, but it really didn't matter because Charleston's a weird city in like, I have a great example of this. It's a weird city where I don't think a whole lot of people have big followings. Like, I don't think anybody's going out of their way to see anybody on King Street, the regular gigs, like maybe the Poorhouse.
Right.
But your band, Illazilla, dude, if any band should have had a really good following, because you guys were a musician's band for one. Every musician talked about how great Illazilla is.
Thank you. I'm cutting all this from the show though.
No, don't.
And not just in the annoying way, like they're really good. It's like these tunes are cool.
And that's the
Thank
other thing
you.
is like you guys, if there was a great local music following, you guys you'd have been selling the Poorhouse out on Friday and Saturday nights.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it's also danceable and listenable, and they were good tunes. Everybody that saw it liked it. And the key was even musicians did, which is so hard to be like, man, it's complex music that's listenable. So
We tried. Thank you, sir.
Charleston, I think it's that double-edged sword thing where like there's 300 or 400 places a night you can play and you can make an
Right.
okay living. But because everywhere you go, there's music. So people are like, whatever. But then you go to other towns where there's only 3 places that have music, and you complain, and people are like, "Oh my God, this is great!
True.
I love this."
Yeah. You can see the same band at the poorhouse at restaurants half the time. Yeah,
which is wild. We played the Charleston Music Hall with the Tom Petty thing, headlined to the music hall, playing Palmetto Brewing the next day, and these people are like,
"You're like, you guys are getting a good value for this."
You guys are the Tom Petty band, yeah.
Nice.
But. That doesn't bother me though. I play a mandolin for a living. That's like to say that I still can't believe it's true.
Sure.
So I'll take any gig. But I didn't.
What about the way the town's kind of sliced up a little bit? Because like it seems like maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like I used to play a lot more of Charleston than I do now. Like these days, I kind of stay on James Allen a lot, or like over in different places, But I think there seems to be crowds that are kind of baked into the different parts of the town.
For sure. Yeah.
There's a Mount Pleasant crowd. There's
Oh, definitely. There's definitely a different vibe on in each borough. But I used to play a lot more all over, but I was also just younger, and I wanted to do that. Now I just don't want to play as much.
Yeah, I think you're right though, and I get too. I think it just becomes. I don't know. I don't want to play till 1 a.m. really. So that eliminates King Street nighttime gigs, And King Street, I mean,
there's some great gigs down there now for people who want to brave the insanity.
Oh, absolutely.
I got paid pretty good the other day. First time I played at Share House. You ever played there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of younger, kind of crazy.
Yeah, we've had some good times there.
Yeah, we were the house band there for with Danny for,
good money there. Not bad money there.
Yep. No, not bad money at all. And the owner is Keith. He's great.
Yeah, he seemed real nice.
Super great guy.
Cool. Probably a step up from the Republic days.
Yeah, I don't miss that gig. Yeah, I played with you a bunch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was another one.
That's where I drew the line in the sand after a while.
Dude,
fuck this.
That was another one of those lessons. You were part of some of my lessons in music.
I was learning them.
Yeah. I just remember we played Republic, and people were loving us.
Yeah.
And then the VIP section showed up, and they moved all the people listening to us as far back as possible, and all the people in the VIP section hated us.
Made no sense. We just were here for the champagne
and
service.
It was just so lame, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to keep doing. Is this how it's always going to be?
Let me tell you the funniest thing I ever did at the Republic.
Yeah,
I probably will cut this out of the show, but we used to get tired of the drunk girls falling into where we were playing because there was no stage, as you know. So we found this like white string of lights that was like little black lights for Christmas lights, and I would stick that on the ground and turn it on. And I guess it was just weird enough for them that they thought it was a force field. I mean, they would not go over the line.
Yeah,
that's
brilliant.
That's all you need, though.
It was like an electric fence or something. It was the best thing ever. People started asking for it. Where's the fence at?
There's been plenty of places we played. When you're on the floor, it's a different thing, but it can just be a 2-inch stage. But that's
enough.
A human mind is like, okay, that's their thing, not where I go.
Yeah.
Gosh,
more stages, absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
So songwriting process. You want to talk about that a little bit? Do you have one? Do you just kind of follow the muse? Or are you listening in your head while you're doing other things?
Driving, showering. That thing where your brain is like busy doing something else, so then the cool part of your brain gets to come up with stuff. That's definitely like a good melody. Like just standing in line at a coffee shop or whatever, and if it sticks in there all day, then I'll get home and put it on an instrument or whatever.
So you're letting the events of the day kind of siphon out the bad from the good ideas a little bit, or are you going right to the pen and writing it down?
That's just usually when a cool melody pops in my head. It's not usually on an instrument. It's just kind of like, oh no, and then I get home. If it's been in my head long enough all day, it's like, cool, I like that. That's got a nice whatever. And then sit down. It's usually in C.
Right.
And then yeah.
Okay.
But sure, I mean, there's a million different ways to do it. I've sat down on a guitar and written songs, but usually it just comes to me, man.
Well, sure. I was wondering, I'm not I mean, I can play some guitar and stuff, but I'm not really a multi-instrumentalist like you two guys are. So I was kind of wondering about that. Does it come to you more in your piano brain or your guitar brain or just whatever?
Just melody brain and then whatever.
Right. Cool. What about you, Dan?
Well, it's weird because I have to compartmentalize instrumental music because I like writing instrumental tunes, but I also like writing story tunes and tunes with lyrics too. So I try to do cardio every morning, and that's a really good ideas come doing that because you're like same sort of thing. Like once you get into this pattern of like everything out, like your brain just starts working. For me, anyway, that seems to work well. But like I spend a lot of time, like if I'm reading, I try to read before I go to bed every night, and I do a lot of it on like an iPad. So I'll highlight something like a phrase or just a couple words that will make me think like, ooh, I could use that. So
That's cool.
my phone is filled with so many. I probably like everybody you've interviewed.
The notes.
Notes are just like, but yeah, and then it's just finishing it. You know, that's the other problem too. Is like this becomes I'll just put this idea down. Where before you'd had to be like, oh, I got to write this song because I don't have a way to just record it on my phone real quick.
Yeah.
So that's definitely probably slowed me down as putting out as much stuff. But that's the next thing I want to definitely do. I actually was just texting with a dude, big bluegrass engineer producer dude about the next project.
Okay.
And so
you're trying to figure out some ways of strategizing for the writing part of it. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I think now I got to settle down and demo some stuff. And I've got some
Do
tunes.
it.
Yeah, it's just doing it.
Yeah.
It's that eternal struggle of like, don't overthink it, but don't underthink it.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
so where do you find, and you never know where that middle is.
So I'll ask you a question. I'm going to ask my next guest too, because I thought of it today. I thought, why haven't I ever asked this before? And I want to know, as guys who write songs, how do you know when a song's finished? When do you just say, okay, that's it?
When you record it.
When you record it? I know there's people that aren't like that too. They record it and then record it again and then again and then again.
Yeah, which I think is great.
I need a glockenspiel here.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. Like when people put it on too much of a pedestal, like, I was like, who cares? Do it again. It's your song,
sure.
Do a different version. Why not?
Cool. So that's today. What about you?
Same thing. One of the things I loved
Well, let me ask you. Let me refine the question then.
Yeah.
How do you know when a song's ready to go to the recording?
I mean, I guess if I played it a few times with Whit and it like got like good reactions.
Yeah, that's a big one. I remember the first time I played like an original song on like a whatever gig, and people were like, "What was that?"
Right.
And I'd written at least hundreds before that.
Right.
Sure.
No, whatever. But like when I finally wrote a good one, people were like, "What was that song?" Like, "Oh, I wrote that one." And then that feeling, you're like, "Okay, now I got to do that every time."
That's cool.
And I remember hearing someone saying like, just write and finish the song, even if it's not a winner, because you got to get it out of.
You got to get out of the way.
Got to get out of the system. And again, like sometimes you never even know. Like that song, like, oh, I got this new song, and then you play it, and somebody might have an idea, or you're like, oh, the way you played the guitar on that, or you did a part that I didn't have in there. That's my other favorite thing is when somebody adds to what you have and has an idea that you didn't think of that makes something better. That's to me, that's the magic of songwriting.
Absolutely.
Is like when somebody when you have something that you felt really good about, and somebody tweaks it and makes it
Right.
way better, and you would because
I like that too.
Can't think of all of it,
Yeah, that's
Coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, I think that's one reason. Like we're talking about me and playing with Masker all this time because we bounce the ideas back pretty honestly. Like this didn't work out, or we could do this and make it a little bit better, and we just try to leave each other the room to make those kinds of corrections. So you're talking about Illzilla's music. That's kind of how that comes into work.
That's awesome, and having the freedom of that. That's one thing. Like when you work with somebody so long that you get along with, you can say, yeah, I know you can do better. I mean, I've heard it,
and you can ask too, be like, I'm not loving this. Is this okay? And be like, yeah, no, you're right. It's not great.
Yeah, it comes down to being a little less precious about what you're doing too. You know what I mean?
Kill your darlings.
Yeah, right. So let's take a break. Listen to some songwriting. Whit, would you like to set up this song? This is Demon. The song Demon.
It's a song I wrote called Demon.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I don't know. It has kind of that old school R&B thing, which I love. And I don't know. I don't remember exactly how I wrote this one, but I think it might have started with that first line, the 666 thing. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I was born the 6th hour of the 6th day of the 6th month. And I was like,
great.
oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
And then it's just about, not doing what society tells you, man, blah, 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 usual rock and roll stuff.
Well, let's check it out. Here's Demon.
Passed out the
and we're back. So it's time for some questions from former guests. We've got one coming from our last guest, Noah Jessup, and it's for both of you guys. If you want to take a shot at it, here we go.
Okay, this question is for either guest who'd like to answer. The question is, how would you define a great song? And what do you think makes a song a hit versus not a hit?
So what do you guys think? What makes a good song? How do you know when it's a hit?
I don't know about what makes a hit, because who knows? You know,
Right.
that's a million, what day it comes out, who knows? But a great song, I don't know, it's as simple as like that feeling you have when you're 7 or whenever you first get into music, and just like that makes that thing in your heart. It's just like, oh my God, this is awesome music. It rules. Like that's boom, that's it.
Okay.
I think that's the beauty of music is I don't know if anybody really knows what makes a great song. You know, because that's if everybody knew what made a great song, then maybe there wouldn't.
Everybody would do it.
Yeah, everybody would do it, and there would be
No good songs.
Yeah, there'd be no good songs. It would just be like all of a sudden the great songs would be average. It could be anything. I mean, it can just be.
So since you don't know what the good song is until it's done, so better to just try anything.
Try anything. I mean,
Absolutely.
simple always seems for me like if you're looking hit song,
Right.
you know, we've had to learn some hit songs for weddings, and I'm just like, I mean, I guess I understand why people like some of that, like the more bro country stuff. I mean, but I listen to hair metal. It's no different than that. You know what I mean? It's the same thing dressed differently.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll be diplomatic and say yes. For me, bro country is about the bottom.
Yeah. Well,
I like country music though. Don't get me wrong.
It just seems like it's aimed right.
It's too down the middle. For me.
It's right at that specific thing, and it's super sterile.
Yeah. Do you think there's any of those musicians that say I play bro country
I don't know. Maybe they did.
and are fine with it?
I mean, I think yacht rock kind of came out as like negative at first,
Right.
But
Sure.
doesn't seem like it is anymore.
Same with hair metal.
Yeah.
I mean, hair metal still is like, you know what I mean? Like nobody wanted to be called, you're a hair farmer.
Hair farmer.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I guess they probably just say they play country because to the mainstream audience it is. They don't.
Yeah.
They're probably so inside it they can't see the
They play
forest
real music.
Can't see the forest from the trees.
Yeah, these are real songs with computer generated everything, including myself.
Yeah, you know, and some of those guys do have like guys and gals. I mean, they obviously have good voices.
Right.
You know, I bet you if I heard them sing something that had lyrics that I could connect to, I might be like, oh man, this is, you know. But even I don't even know if that's true though too, because you know I remember everybody always comes up and says, "Can you play Cover Me Up?" And then they name the country dude who sang it. I can't think of his name. Not Jason
Morgan
Isbell.
Wallen.
Morgan Wallen. And I'm like, so I was like, oh, I should listen to his version.
Right.
And it's like it's the same song, but it's not the same song.
Oh.
You know, there's
It's
just
been stripped of all the little nuances.
yeah, it's because there's-
Isabel's great.
Yeah, it's I think it's a formula. I think they're trying to make hit songs. So
I don't think.
know.
Do you think that's new, or is it kind of always been that way?
I mean, it's a
I think
business.
it's always been that
They
way.
are trying to do a formula.
Yeah, I mean,
if
look
they
at
find one.
look at every one of the genres. I mean, that have you know, going back to like 70s rock, like, and then you go to even grunge, which I love. All that 90s. I mean, even grunge is probably like a derogatory term to like a grunge musician or whatever. But like all those bands that were then dressing in the bullet belts and lipstick had goatees and, you know,
Hey.
Doc Martens. But, you know, they didn't have a goatee before that.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like everybody's chasing that.
Right.
And then even hip hop got derivative and rap gets, you know, it's just like everything. As soon as there's a way to make money from it,
Yeah.
somebody will bleed it dry, and then there will be something else that comes along that takes off, you know. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
No, I think you're right.
I'm not writing any hit songs, so.
So which is more important to you guys, recording or performing? These are some just questions I come up with on my own, really.
I'm a ham, so
Ham.
I love performing.
Performing.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick one, of course, performing forever.
Okay.
But it's really, I mean, recording's really stressful, but it's awesome when you make something you can be proud of.
So if we were talking earlier about how like the there's no CD industry anymore, never will be again.
Yeah, I got
actually.
plenty of boxes of my CDs still at mom's house.
All right. So what do you guys record for at this point? What are you trying to record for? What's the point?
Because that's what we do, man.
That's what we do. That's how we're programmed.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you start a song, it's like planting a tomato plant here in the South. You know, like you want to see it come to fruition. Like you want to see what happens when you put it in other people's hands and ears and kind of see.
So the finished product is the recording.
Yeah. You know, for me, it's like what can this song become? I guess is kind
It's
of
the
thing.
coolest thing in the world when you're like creating something and you believe in it and you're having like fun with it. And it's like that is when I'm like, this is the happiest and most pure I've ever felt. Like this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And when you get that feeling, it's the best.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot of successes to kind of keep you in the game too. You see a lot of people tooling around at 75. You're like, I don't think it's going to happen for you, buddy, but good for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, are you happy doing it? You know, it's like
When I'm 75, I'll still walk by a piano and sit down for 2 minutes and beep, beep, beep. Like that's so much fun, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Also, if I was worried about like hits too, going back to the hit thing, my mandolin is not your first.
Increasingly more than it was.
But sure, bluegrass is
Bringing it back,
I
baby.
think bluegrass. I think people are kind of wanting more authentic experiences.
I think so.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But there's obviously the people who are going to want Morgan Waller. I don't know who that is, but that version of that song more than the Isabel version of the song.
Of course.
But there's always going to be people who are not going to want that, like myself and maybe you two as well. So
yeah, I love being like niche kind of because it just kind of gives you. I don't know. It gives you find your people. You know, I think it's where human nature is trying to find like, you know, your people. And you find that and then you play music to people who like that. And, you know, I just need one person to seem like they're having fun when we're playing, even if they're hammered and staring at me and they're blind and I have no idea that they can't see. And I'm just like, this guy is really into this right now. That's all I need mentally.
I know, it's awesome.
What's the best question you've ever been asked by a drunk, crazy guy staring at you from the other end of the bar? What's the best?
Oh, geez.
Give me one.
What's your favorite song to play?
Oh, I love that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I always get, is that a ukulele or a banjo? I get that one a lot.
I get cello.
Yeah.
The upright bass.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing the cello? This isn't a cello. Well, what is it? It's an upright bass, and they give you this disappointed look, like,
yeah,
you were so close.
When people ask me, like if he's in the bathroom or something, they'll be like, "What is he playing?" I'll be like, "It's a mandolin," and they'll be like, "Oh, I thought it was a ukulele." I'll be like, "Oh, please come back and tell him."
Yeah,
right.
He loves that.
Staying in the ukulele line, please. Oh Lord. So, what are some skills that you guys feel like you have as maybe this is going to go nowhere. I don't know, but I was wondering, what are some skills that you have as people that you've used in your to be a better musician?
A certain set of skills.
A certain set of skills, right? I mean, like, there's qualities that you feel like maybe you've fostered that maybe somebody else could work on. I don't know. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
A big one, I think, in the music business, problem solving.
Okay, yeah.
Stuff goes wrong constantly, and
Right.
you have to figure it out. And like, the board doesn't work, blah, 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 and some guy's late or doesn't show up. That's a big one. And then the other one, vibe, or, just being able to talk to people. Like I said, like half of it is the hang and stuff like that. So like that is so, I've played with some amazing players who were just weirdos that I didn't really want to work with more.
Right.
And guys who just like you vibe with.
Any names you care to share with us?
Michael Jackson was weird.
He was weird.
Yeah. Nice, but he was weird.
Yeah, very good.
Great dancer.
I think for me, it was sense of humor.
Sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
Especially even in my playing. I remember the first time I played in front of Jeff Caldwell, Jeff Caldwell.
Yeah. He can be intimidating until you meet him, and then you're like, all right, this is a cool dude.
Playing the washout, or not the washout, I'm sorry, it's Surf Bar, RIP. But Caldwell was there, and I was like, I'd never met him, just heard the name 100 times. Mm-hmm. And he came up to me, and he's like, man, you have like a great sense of humor in your playing. And
that's something that he looks for sure. Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know how to take that. And I was like, wow, thanks, man. He's like, I feel like I do too. He's like, no, he's like, you just.
Yeah, he definitely does.
And I'm like, and
that's really cool.
That was cool. And I'm like, it's cool that it translates to that.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is just being like cool to people who are being not cool to you. It's hard to do, but that's one of the things. I mean, I worked retail for like 15 years before I played music. So I had to go up and be like,
yeah.
I'm going to have to eat some crow. Yeah.
That basic human decency thing that people keep needing to remember.
Yeah. And so I just remind myself, like, I will talk about this situation for the rest of my life, and that's my moment. You know what I mean?
That's when
I
your
will
revenge.
crap on this person forever.
Right,
just not right.
Right.
That's
just later.
That's a big one I enjoy. That like I try to look at it. If a gig sucks, it's like, well, at least this is going to be a really funny story. If the manager's a huge asshole
that's
whatever,
that's great advice.
or somebody falls on your stuff and spills beer everywhere. Like that sucks today, but you're going to have this story for your musician friends forever.
Yeah, I was in an uncomfortable situation one time where some ladies spilled drinks on a pedal board, and I get it. Those things are very expensive, and it's tools for a job, and I mean, there's a limit. You got to like know where you're at, and maybe you shouldn't bring your $5,000 pedal board to a shitty bar downtown. You know, if you don't want it to get destroyed.
Well, and that sucks though.
It does suck.
And the other thing is too is like,
but you can overreact too, and stop the show. And that's kind of
And
what
it gets weird. Yeah,
it got real weird. It's like, oh,
next thing you know, you're on Instagram tagged band meltdown.
Yeah, right. 2.5 more sets.
Local loser has meltdown.
So let's hear another track. Let's talk about Blue Skies. One of my very early favorite songs. Probably a lot of people's one of their favorite songs. How did this track turn into a reality with Sam Bush? I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, yeah. So weird. I had this idea to put out an album of mandolin duet and vocals, and part of that has been like
Promote your podcast real quick.
Oh yeah,
just in case.
Podcast.
Oh yeah.
Mandolins and beer. It's podcast about
and
mandolins.
And how many episodes have you got? You were saying.
So I just put out number 270, but I also have bonus episodes. So it's probably over 3. Some like floating around out there with like weird little ones that I did one-offs. But I've got to meet my heroes and become friends with. Like I could text David Grisman.
That's
you know
insane.
what I mean? That's crazy to think that.
That's
but
nuts.
this is like
It's the coolest thing anyone I know has ever done. Like just started from scratch and you made an album with all your heroes.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
No, thanks, man. And so I got to do I got to meet all these people and start hanging out backstage at shows and realizing like I can pick a song with some of my favorite players and they're just like we are. You know what I mean? They're just people. And so then I thought one of the questions I'd always ask on my podcast was, what do you listen to besides bluegrass? Because, if Sam Bush and Ronnie McCurry both listen to more Bill Monroe than I'll ever listen to because of my age, and just how long they've been doing it. But they don't sound anything alike. So there's something. Well, for Ronnie McCurry, it was the Grateful Dead. For Sam Bush, it's the Allman Brothers. So my thought process was I want to record duets, non-bluegrass, all live, of songs that were influences that we have in common. The odd thing was...
And you learned these commonalities on your show.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So the odd thing was, though, I didn't have the guts to ask Sam Bush. I was scared to ask Sam Bush because I figured he would just say no.
That's a big one. That's a big ask.
And he's my hero.
Right.
Like he is my hero.
He's why you play mandolin.
He is. I called a store to buy a mandolin and the hold music was Can't Stop Now, Newgrass Revival. And I left work that day to go buy a Sam Bush, like the Newgrass Revival.
Cool.
And so I'm at a festival in Vermont, and this goes back to having an awesome wife. So I'm emceeing this festival. Sam Bush is the headliner, and they want me to get him to sign a T-shirt. There would have been flooding in Vermont, and they were auctioning off a T-shirt autographed by all the people. Like, well, you kind of know Sam. Will you go? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to go there. And Sam's out there and hanging out by the bus. Talked to him for like 2.5 hours. Cool. Myself and my wife. And just so cool. And I was telling him about this project. And he and Ronnie McCurry have the same manager. So I was a month later or so, I call Ronnie's manager. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to book, a couple more Nashville sessions. And he's like, oh, it's so funny that you are emailing me. I was just at Sam Bush's this weekend and we were talking about you. Would you be interested in Sam on your project?
Nah.
Let me check my schedule.
I mean, I was, but no, but
what exactly is he going to bring to my project?
Yeah. So I couldn't even believe it.
Wow, that's cool, man.
And an aside to tell you how cool Sam Bush is. Like, again, this guy's my hero before I met him. Got to meet him multiple times. We've opened for him. He's the coolest guy. My wife gets super sick. I'm supposed to record the Tuesday after Thanksgiving weekend. And then he goes on vacation for a whole month in December. Like, he's unavailable, as he should.
Right.
He goes down to Florida. So my wife's super sick. And I'm like, I can't go to Nashville and leave her. Like, she might have to go to the emergency room.
Right.
So I email Sam Bush's manager, just like Sunday, I'm like, I know this, I'm probably blowing my shot, but I cannot do this. You know, if we could reschedule, it'd be great. But if not,
It's pretty big of you, though, man.
thanks.
I think.
20 minutes
I
later.
like that. That's cool.
Thanks, man.
All right.
20 minutes later, phone rings, Sam Bush calling me.
Nice.
I'm like, hello? He's like, Patrick, Bush here. How the hell's your wife, buddy? It's the first thing he asked.
Nice.
So cool. Then he's like, just come on down to Florida. There's studios by where we're at. I'm like, nah, just can you do it in January? He's like, yeah, let's pick a date. And then
That's cool.
it's amazing. I mean, just the recording with your hero.
Yeah. And it's a great track, man. I've listened to it 1,000
so
times.
good.
Oh,
probably.
man.
Yeah.
You're the one. I love that joke.
The other one.
That was you?
Yeah, I've listened to it 1,000 times on mine. So let's give it a shot. This is Blue Skies. Here we go.
Thanks.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk along the river, sweet lullaby. It just keeps on flowing. It don't worry about where it's going. No, no.
Don't fly, Mr. Bluebird, I'm just walking down the road. Early morning sunshine, tell me all I need to know. You're my blue sky, you're my sunny day. Lord, you know it makes me high when you turn your love my way. Turn your love my way.
Sunday morning, bells are ringing everywhere. Gone to Carolina, won't be long till I'll be there.
You're my blue sky, you're my sunny day. Lord, you know it makes me high when you turn your love my way. Turn your love my way. Yeah, yeah.
right, and we're back for some final thoughts. What are some things you guys want listeners to know about you from your music? If you could have them all here in the room, what would you want to say to them?
I already said it, man.
Okay, I already said it, man. That's great. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I guess just anybody feel free to talk to me. I'm a pretty approachable,
Okay.
nice guy.
Come up and introduce yourself. Okay. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I don't know. I for what I do, I should be better at self-promotion, but I'm the worst self-promoter ever.
I am too.
I don't know. It's that weird thing. It goes back to like doing flyers for gigs.
Right.
Like I felt bad because I would see people posting about like trying to, where can I can't get booked here and here. And then I put a thing out of like 28 gigs in a month. And I'm like, God, it just seems like I'm bragging. Although I'm not, but it's
Right, you're not.
Speaking of that, I'm sorry, real quick.
for it, sure.
What is the album that you did with Sam Bush? Because I don't think you ever said it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Around the Clock, the whole album.
Around the Clock.
Around the Clock.
Daniel Patrick.
Yeah.
And your
It was-
album's title was?
Sounds About Right.
Sounds about right, exactly. Oh, back to the flyers thing we were talking about. Though.
Yeah.
I kind of got to the point where I felt like I was just advertising myself, and all my friends are musicians, really.
Same.
So
Yeah.
it's like, what am I doing? They're not going to come to my show. They're going to be playing a show. Probably. So
I'm the same.
I've actually kind of saved my Facebook bullshit for just this show now, honestly, because the rest of it is I'm just a bass player. Can you come see me somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, if anybody ever needs a mandolin, if I'm not playing,
Yeah, man.
And that's the other thing too is like I think part of that becomes like I think people are so used to, with your phone rings when you're available all the time, and then when you're doing 300 gigs a year, people are like, oh, you can't. He's busy, but now we're a lot less busy. Well, a lot less.
Actually, definitely less.
But it's still. Just,
Well, it sounds like you guys have kind of come to a good place for a balance. Sounds like to me, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of in that same boat. I'm just not trying to play as much crappy shows anymore. Just trying to play the ones that make me a lot of money or art of some kind. Somebody's art. Might have to be mine even. I try to take projects where there's people that are doing original music, at least one or two songs.
For sure, man.
What are some goals you guys might have for the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50?
I just want to write more.
Write more.
I haven't written as much last few years, and that's all I ever want to do.
I remember you used to write us charts.
Yeah, cocktail napkins.
Yeah. This is the song.
Watch me for the bridge. Yeah,
it was great though.
Yeah.
and it's just the funnest thing in the world, and I just need to make more time to do that.
Cool. What about you, man?
Yeah, I've been super fortunate to be able to pick some people's brains, like some managers from some pretty big bands and booking agents. And I don't really want to get to the point where I have any of that because, again, I don't know. I don't want to give any more money away than you have to give away. I mean, some of the stuff is easy to do, but I have to start playing a few more road shows if I want to. I had an album chart on the Billboard Top 10.
Yeah.
My podcast is in the top 10 of like music podcasts quite frequently.
That's great.
And so like when talking to them, they're like, I know you don't want to, but you got to that's the next step. And then put out an album of all original material. And I've been able to write, like I wrote 6 instrumental tunes, and I went and hung out with Daryl Anger in Nashville. He was a guy who played on the original David Grisman Quintet album. He was David, and plays with Mike Marshall. And we sat down, and he added he's a professor at Berkeley, and added those cool little. Didn't change the melodies at all, but the chord play underneath was just stuff I could never think of. So I've got
real producing.
Yeah, so I'm sitting on those and quite a few tunes, and it's just. And I have an idea to do some brewery shows to tie in with the mandolins and beer thing now. And I think I've got a pretty good.
That's a good idea.
Thanks.
You actually were talking about that a while back.
I've been talking about it for years, and it's just I have to.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's just traveling, man. It's again, it is like you said, we've gotten to the point where it's make pretty good money playing music, and sleep in your own bed is kind of a pretty nice thing. And, playing road shows, it's a lot of work, man. Traveling is exhausing.
Just a few times a year, though, is doable.
It's a lot of rolling the dice, too.
It is a lot of rolling the dice, but so that's what I definitely want to do. Those are kind of the short-term plans. And I guess the long-term is just doing it as long as I can and trying to be consistent with everything I do, like the podcast, not letting it slip and just be like, I gotta, you know what I mean?
What's your favorite color?
Yeah. Right.
Well, you know what? Some days I got to say, you're a veteran podcaster. I'm the newbie. a newbie forever, probably. How do you get yourself into the podcast whenever you just don't feel like doing it?
I get to talk to these people, even if it's somebody I've never met or heard of. I'm going to be inspired by that conversation at the end of it.
Yeah, I find that very, very true.
So it's usually it's like anything. It's like even gigs. Sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta play today. And then an hour beforehand, I'm stoked to do it. Sure. So it's just
right.
I got to remind myself that I'm super lucky to do what I do, and that if I take that for granted, it's then somebody else will do it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Feel super lucky.
So last thing here, I like to ask people especially guys who've been playing in this town, which you guys have for years. I'm not saying that you're old.
I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm old.
too.
I'm old as hell. What are some ways that we as a music community can maybe improve the scene that we obviously know it's great to play here. We're lucky to live here for certain, anything we can think of to make it even better?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like fixing, it's a tourist town and making less wallpaper music. I don't know. I have no idea.
I gotcha.
It's just, but I mean, it's got a great vibe. It's great musicians and players, and like I'm really happy with it. And I think it's awesome. And like they're like the psychedelics. Those are young cats, and they're crushing and Flamingo, all those guys.
You guys should check out the show that just came out today, actually, with Cam and Sean Bing.
Oh, cool!
I'll listen to it on the way home.
Those dudes have it together.
Yeah,
I mean, they are really something to talk to, man. I mean, like they're really they have the plan together. All the energy, all the talent.
Yep.
I mean,
the whole package.
The world's not a right place. Those two guys don't make it, at least.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think the biggest one to me that really bums me out in the music scene here is people who will play for less than what they're worth. Everybody should hold themselves to a standard of some sort of decent pay,
right?
Because all you're doing by taking that gig and undercutting somebody is you're devaluing what you're worth,
right? And
you're just making it harder. They're like, well, I can get somebody to do this for $70, and I'm like, yeah, we can't do that because it's just that's the other thing is get them, and that's super frustrating. Unfortunately, I mean, again, I feel super lucky. I'm from out of town, and have got to meet great and play with great caliber musicians like both you guys. I play with both you guys, and I'm so lucky that everybody's so open to. And again, I play a mandolin, so it's not like I can just fit into any band situation. You know what I mean? It's not like not everybody needs a mandolin player, And but
maybe they do and they don't know it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I mean, I definitely was at that point where you just want to play as many gigs as possible. But if you're really talented, I would hold out and be like, I'm not going to play for $70 and one drink a set. You might as well just go play for free on Market Street, to be honest, because it's just, you're devaluing the scene as a whole. And I think everybody, if they're good at their craft.
And you're letting people get away with it too. You're creating a norm.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, how many times have you even, like events, lost gigs to? Plenty.
But you know what though? You will stay. One thing I learned about the event world is that you will stay, whatever your first asking price is, you're going to stay there.
Yep.
Until you decide you've had enough.
Yeah.
And you've got to make it worth what you feel it's worth.
Exactly.
To you to keep doing it.
Yeah. And and just it's
not $70.
No. And again, I say that, but like if you texted me tomorrow and said, "Hey man, I've got this last minute thing. It's going to be 6 of us. It's going to be $70 each."
Yeah, sounds like an Illazilla gig now.
Yeah. But you know what?
But it's a cool gig.
Yeah, if it's a cool gig and I had nothing else going on, I would be like, yeah, man, I just want to play with you. So it's not, and actually at that point, then you're asking if we were making, that'd be $420. That's more than, a duo would make maybe, or a trio. Potentially. So I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm not going to do it 100 times. And we're also not taking a gig from somebody by undercutting it. It's just like, sometimes people just want to hang out and do something fun. So I do that. But as a whole, you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, I think people listening to this know if they're musicians, it's just like, that's not good for anybody in the long run.
And you need to, I think people need to have other things than just trying to fill up their calendar meaninglessly. I mean, I think that's kind of that's a wrong-headed way to think about it. Maybe I think it's when you're younger, you have all this energy, so you don't really think it through like that. But you're spinning your wheels when you could be spending your time doing things that are more long-term productive for you, probably.
Well, yeah, sure, and you make more money on a gig. That's potentially 3 less gigs you have to play a week if you're making. You know what I mean? Like enjoy it.
Enjoy your wife. And by the way, congratulations on your recent marriage.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, bud.
How you liking it?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Leaving for Greece tomorrow.
Yep.
I love it, man.
The musical.
My good life.
I gotta say, I've been in a few places. Greece is the only place that I would. If they said if I could get a ticket right now to go there and never come back, I would for sure.
You've been?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. Good luck.
Thank you.
You'll love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Any last things we want to say? We good?
No, man, just thank you for
having us.
Yeah, for having us on. The people you've had on are people like as all musicians that I really respect. I really respect you as a musician.
Hey,
And
thank
I mean,
you, man. Appreciate
again,
that.
you're one of those people, both of you guys. I'm sitting here with 2 of the people that that really helped me build a career.
I feel the same way.
You know,
Actually, I feel the same
so
way,
I really
man.
appreciate it.
Good life.
It is a good life.
No complaints on this end.
Good
so.
people
life.
helping each other.
Yeah.
I think we're going to leave it at that today, guys. Thanks again for sitting down and talk with us. Special thanks goes out, as always, to my friend and partner, Mr. Drew Madden, here at Maybank Public House on James Island, as well as to everyone listening. Please don't forget to share the show. It really does matter so much to all my guests who have donated their valuable time and energy to this endeavor. We'll be back with another Slightly Mighty episode in 2 weeks, so goodbye for now.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, buddy. Wait, this is free?
Well, you do get 2 stickers.
All right, perfect.
Where do I get my check?
One per, not 2 each.